Have to bounce back here in the pistol to stand a chance. I would say MOUZ with 2 smokes, 4 flashes, and an A execution is upon us. Nice and old school off the bat, and we've got a close range CT Fallen with Julies ready and waiting, Harry.
All right, Fallen might be up for the task here. Dual Berettas up close. This is the best position for him. Let's go. Fallen, 1 kill. And that's the end of the line. Jimpat will trade him, and now they're in A. FURIA starting to rotate around. They will be retaking here. That plant is available for MOUZ. There's nothing that FURIA can hope to do about it. They try to flash through Con, but it ends up looking ugly. cello just gets sacrificed, and now even jungle getting taken away. An aggro move out of xertioN, who leaps and bounds over xertioN.
They've been so wrecked in this pistol round, I cannot even begin to stress. It's that jump around as well. xertioN should be a dead man. I don't know how he survives jumping across jungle, but he gets the job done, and that second smoke towards Connect is just a death sentence for FURIA. 3 versus 2, no chance of the retake. Yuri holding, waiting for a frag if possible, but I don't think we'll be finding much more. MOUZ Sports continue their streak, and it will be the pistol going in their favor. Bit of a messy one there, Yanko.
Yeah, I think Fallen really needs to get more than one in that situation. I think cello is, it looked like he maybe brushed the edge of the wall, which slowed him down a little bit. You could see that the flash play was there, but he was just a little bit too slow. The flash passed, and you guys talked about how he had a slow game on Nuke and not off to a good start here on Mirage.
Really not the best.
Dude, if FURIA fans need any comfort, I think FURIA has no idea what their map pool is even.
Sure.
You know, like, so for them to pick, lose their own map pick isn't as tragic as maybe it might be for some other teams.
Well, the 4 spies here in the second round. Definitely an opportunity to bounce back, but it's more of the same. It's the full set piece once again. MOUZ Sports have a player committed. xertioN with the MAC-10 leading the way. What a flashbang that is, courtesy of torzsi. A couple of kills available, both of them converted. And that's going to be the third as well. Things go from bad to worse here for FURIA. They've got the double scout set up. You don't see that too often, do you?
No.
You really don't. Sign of the times.
Probably not too helpful in a 2v5 retake either.
Well, with that said, we'll see what they can do with it, Harry.
Ooh.
There's an opening kill, maybe a chance of a second as well.
Fallen got his.
There's the tag.
Oh, Art's still in this. Art's still in with a chance.
What chance exactly?
His last chance at 31 points of health, Henry.
To prove that he's as good enough as Fallen is.
Oh, more damage from Fallen. He's got him beat right now. 170 damage done from Fallen in this round.
This is huge. It's
compared to the measly 81 from Art. And it looks like the scouts are going to get out, so FURIA have a chance to put them to work in the next.
And double scout might have been okay against a default round from MOUZ, but against an execute, there's not really much they can do.
Yeah, pretty much pitch perfect as well there. Everything smoked off.
cello
out of position. They just could do nothing about it. 3 quick kills, and scouts can be problematic. With pistols around them as well, looking for those tags, obviously. Maybe a bit of aggression is on the cards here with the scouts providing covering fire, but they don't invest too much as you might expect. An HE available, a smoke as well, and it doesn't seem to be the set piece off the bat once more. We are going to have Fallen challenge towards the ARAM. xertioN's there again. torzsi will join him, but it's the MAC-10 that's going to do so much work. xertioN, though, can be baited in by the scouts, trying to force a swing out of MOUZ Sports here.
Yeah, the play over the stairs is wild for one of those scouts, throwing into the fray. And Art gets a tag off. There's 2 low players for him to find on this scout, but it doesn't look like he's destined to see either of them. Full blind and forced off the angle back at CT. His part to play in the round is probably over.
Probably.
Probably.
That's a fair assessment, Harry.
I do think that's fair.
Totally fair. Justified almost.
There's a real danger here for FURIA that they just get overrun by the momentum from MOUZ.
Sure.
Coming, you know,
they didn't have those rounds here, like, oh, we got 3 or 4 towards the end, we made it complicated or at least uncomfortable for them. They've none of that. Yeah,
especially even in the second half, it was smooth sailing for MOUZ, and now it just continues, right? And you're feeling good, the energy is high, everyone's communicating, everyone's playing with confidence, so you're coming into the fights, you're swinging with confidence, and then you're more probable to win those set fights. Well, it's the exact opposite for FURIA, especially considering you know, this iteration of the lineup hasn't been amazing. They're figuring a lot of things out, so confidence isn't high to begin with.
They didn't even have like one player popping off. There wasn't like a single contribution that it was worth.
No, I mean, I guess like the closest thing you had to that was Fallen had some nice rounds in there, like kind of. And even then it was more so just like getting an opener.
Oh, here we go, a chance, an opportunity. Oh, it's getting a little bit messy, but
all right, that's actually good, honestly. That's nice. The fact that he's gotten out in the 5v4 and then Fallen covers him, they made that work. So FURIA, good start to the round here. And a chance to maybe even sweeten the deal. Yimpat full blind. Art tries pushing him.
How has he maintained control of that situation? He knew he was there, but completely blind. The Glock has to finish him off. It's a 4 versus 3 at this point. Bomb down in T-spawn. Still plenty of time on the clock as well. 1 minute 15. CT's done to reposition here. Not feeling necessarily comfortable. Falling towards CT spawn, the AWP. torzsi top of middle with his. He'll have to collect the bomb first. Linchpin in his operation might have to be frozen from the palace. See if he can work a pick. It's got Jimfat towards the underpass as well. In terms of utility, they have 1 smoke, couple of flashes, and 2 Molotovs. CT's desperate for a bit of intel. Will at least claim some territory towards the A ramp.
torzsi and Jimmy grouping over in mid. The push in at ramp could catch this bomb as it crosses. Frozen isn't really destined to learn about the second ramp player. True. It's the fact that they're pushed up with 2 that could be weird for MOUZ.
Well, they're going through the motions here. mousesports certainly aware of the prospect of potential players being towards that ramp position. As we said, Frozen will have to be the one to do most of the heavy lifting here to try and get their way in towards the bomb site itself. torzsi to cover, now down to Frozen, but it's xertioN with the key all-important frag here. How's the round falling apart, though?
They've actually pulled it back to a 2v1 in seconds. Like, Frozen kept holding. He just kept waiting, knowing that that peak was going to come out from somewhere else. And so they dispatched torzsi to deal with that orb.
No nades,
or to deal with the push. Yeah, nothing in this for Fallen. Not even really a big reason to believe in him here. As they've backed off to play around the bomb, they've got it planted for CT. It's wide open. They're both there waiting on it. No kit, no util for Fallen. He can't really justify going for this. And so that round for FURIA, a round that looks so promising, that starts in a 5v3, ends up crumbling and getting away from them in seconds. Like, FURIA didn't even have time to realize that they'd lost that round. It just sort of happened. That's crazy.
Great awareness, though. mousesports understanding the situation, knowing there'll be 2 players towards that ramp. I wanted to see the shots. It all started here, bear in mind. Jimfat completely blind, pulls out that Glock. Had to find the opening frag, and then it's torzsi combative orbing, to say the very least. Little quick scope there to confirm the kill towards the A ramp, and everything collapsed for FURIA. 4-0 after finding a 5-on-3 advantage around number 4 here. This is a nightmare. An implosion of sorts now. FURIA will have enough to buy going forward. They've got maximum loss bonus at this point. They'll save the AWP of Fallen, but it's still weak otherwise. Bare bones utility, no kits once again. One of these players need to step up and start having some impact.
Oh, over in Con, xertioN opens the round with a kill onto Art, who tries to play around this Con smoke. xertioN's now making a play around it. Fallen tucked in at the stairs. He's going to have to do some combat AWPing here. Smoke falls his way. When you see this smoke, you know someone wants to try creep up with it, and so Fallen collects 1 for free. Even finds that second onto Shui up the short side. xertioN wins 1 from the back of B as Yimpat tries to move in ahead of the rest of the pack. And now Fallen rotates over on that AWP. This might be a round.
Oh, he's leaving.
Fallen and xertioN save for FURIA as a second kill rings out from the B side anchor. xertioN does not let them in. And they even know that torzsi's here. So FURIA have got all the info. No reason to lose this one. It's all Fallen and xertioN.
So it is Fallen stepping up for this squad. 3 massive kills there for the in-game leader. They keep 3 alive as well, recover some AK-47s, and finally a round has been posted. The advantage not squandered this time. Execution not working out for mousesports. Back in towards B they went, but Fallen at the scene of the crime, ready to shut it down. Round 6. Need to find consecutive rounds here. Post a couple together. Can't afford the reset at this point. They've now got a full buy. AKs in hand and going towards the underpass. Great grenade towards the top of middle. xertioN's in a lot of trouble here. Molotov follow-up as well, and he's getting flashed off. We'll have to give up the angle. Set piece. And in we go, Harry.
Yeah, util exchange. Orb have fallen, smoked off back in spawn. xertioN finds his way up through the connector. Yuri's going to be able to trade that at least, and now plays behind these smokes, looking through the gap. Both Fallen and Yuri doing the same thing, searching around these smokes for anything to tip the scales in Furia's favor. But Yuri ends up extending a little bit too far, and now Shui's taken away the spawn. Furia lose real estate here, and it's on to xertioN to try to regain this control over towards CT. As he creeps up, one man holding the angle, going to try and face this from default, but that swing is awkward. Shui ended up walking into the stream of bullets and essentially gave that double kill away. He tried to help his teammate, he tried to help Yimpa, but now it's all left onto Frozen. 1v2, one man from the con side. Frozen flicks back to him, and now just the 1v1. xertioN will swing wide and deal with Frozen, but he doesn't have time. Kit's dropped at the stairs, and so it's not around for Furia, even though they find all the kills. It's MOUZ to take a fifth.
Oh, the CT spawn setup as well. A missed shot from the AWP, a double spray down comes through for xertioN. You'd think that might be enough there, but no kit, as Janko mentioned. They had to go retrieve it from the steps, and even coming out on top in the 1v1, the time had expired. Frozen does incredibly well just to stay alive and long enough there to make sure they convert the round, but it still was very uncomfortable. Furia go down 5-1. They'll have a buy available, but there'll be a tactical timeout first. We didn't see many of those in the first map, to be fair.
I think what you see early on is Art obviously more than willing to fight in middle, and he had a great play in the first gun round. You know, I think a teammate threw a smoke from spawn to pop on shore, so he has a one-way when he jumps, and he did a great job there early on, but after that he just gives up the entry, sort of getting, you know, either overly aggressive with that bad CT smoking con, and now just getting caught off guard. And for that connector position you need a little bit of nuance really, and understanding the timings and all this lurking around the smokes and sitting in the smoke and trying to jump on top of it.
Well, shout out to 9Z. Somehow in the lead against VP on the B stream. You've got a secondary monitor, chuck it on, why not? Keep up with all the Counter-Strike action. First day here of playoffs. Yeah, absolutely. Why not have two games at once? And we are going to see MOUZ, a really nice read from Shui here. Mac 10's out, looking to mow down any close-range players who potentially don't have helmets.
I know Furia lost that round, but I hope that that can be a bit of a rebuild round for xertioN, who I think has looked very out of this series. He at least got all the kills in the clutch, right? And I know he lost it to time, but that's one way you can at least justify it to yourself at the end of the round, right? You go like, yeah, we just didn't have money. We didn't have the kit. The kit was somewhere else. I didn't have time to win the round. But he got all the kills. And other than that, his like individual moments have looked very, very shaky. You know what I mean? Like how when you're watching someone, you can just tell they ain't feeling good today. Like he's kind of walking into stuff. He's shaking his mouse around out of frustration.
Is this just your love letter to xertioN? Well,
yeah.
That was a fight.
I think xertioN might be about to turn it around. That was actually like the better looking moment from him in this series. And I know it was a lost 1v3. But like I say, 3 kills ain't bad.
Not bad at all. xertioN will need a lot more than that to make this round work in his favor. xertioN locking him in towards the B apartment should be the end of xertioN's run here in round number 7.
If there is a silver lining for Furia, it's that some of these rounds have been really close. So the money isn't really there for MOUZ, and once they win this round, you know, obviously the loss bonus is at 1400 since they've been winning most of the rounds. So they will have a couple of quote-unquote easier rounds for Furia coming up to really build some momentum, but more than anything else, build a little bit of confidence, and that's a great kill in the end. Pick up the AK as well, and you know, while Harry was expressing his love to xertioN and hope that he can come back stronger, what MOUZ tried to do was sort of fake B pressure and just walk out ramp through the smoke as well, kind of as it's fading, but you know, that doesn't feel like a call when you're out of money. No. You know, if you lose it, that's too risky, I feel like, for this moment in time. I would have rather they had a lot of success just executing, you know, sort of default a little bit, maybe, or maybe not take some map control and then execute, but ballsy call and it doesn't pay off, and now Furia a chance to string some rounds together.
Well, we've got an execution here for you, Yanko, in round number 8. We'll see if it's enough, as MOUZ will have 4 players ready and waiting to pounce on towards the A side here. Utility deployed, and it's Shui leading the charge. How did he not get the frag, though? Frozen will be the first one to strike. Fallen goes down with the AWP, and Ding for xertioN as well.
Happening?
FURIA, you can't give this round up. They'll pull a frag back, but the bomb is planted now.
This is so weird. Like, in the back of your mind, if you're FURIA, you don't even really know how deep MOUZ have gotten. They saw Shui, they saw him, they know, and they're going to get that kill. xertioN tips the scales back into a 4v3. It almost looked like FURIA was saving up until that moment there. But that one kill has baited them back around, wanting to give this a go. 3v3 with Impact winning the first. He holds back in jungle. He feels this one going the way of MOUZ just on the time alone. So much real estate taken by the MOUZ squad that FURIA can't even attempt it.
Yeah, this was a really crucial round, Harry, and it's completely squandered, unfortunately. FURIA even lucky to get away with the opening interaction. It was Frozen with the P250 to find the first frag, but way too much space granted over. Smoked out towards that connector once again. This is not...
Why is no one watching A site? Like, why are you... Like, there's 2 players in connector there, Fallen, then, you know, sort of... I don't want to say panicking, but like taking too wide of an angle because they're getting all this space, trying to deny them some of that over peaks. They were even on the mid ramp, you know, there was no one mid. Yuri was in lower B. It's like,
well, at least
why isn't anyone just holding A?
Actually that's
so wild.
So I just went back and checked this. R actually throws like a molly at like the bottom of the stairs. So like he knows they're running at him as well, which makes his decision to like turn away from the imminent danger even wilder.
They wanted to retake, and he wanted to give it to them and just play behind. But that's also a bad call against pistols to give them up that much space.
Absolutely. Like you're kind of playing into their hand at that point. You're letting them get close range and then behind enemy lines potentially jump through a smoke with the flash. And yeah, this is just brutal. MOUZ Sports were crumbling at this point. They had no money. It was the force buy, bottom of the barrel force buy as well. That was $1,400 per player. A mixture of Tech-9s, P250s, and very basic utility has led them to a round victory. But FURIA do have resources going forward. A double AWP setup now. Art and Fallen, quite a potent combo. And it will be Art given the task of holding towards the B-bomb side. But Yuri will retreat. A little bit of an excursion towards the A ramp. Gets information at least that it's clear, but elsewhere we're going in towards B. Bear in mind there's an AWP and cello ready and lying in wait with the M4 in hand. Missed shot.
Shui's now real close up through short, ready to collapse in upon the B site. Art full blind, gets out with one. cello's got to keep his head on a swivel, and as Fallen moves over, this B site is held. Now, they never saw Frozen make it in. He comes as a bit of a surprise. One kill goes his way. Oh, God. Frozen, he can feel this one. Over the boxes, they're trying to find him. They're trying to locate him here inside of the site. But Frozen's got that bomb on his back and a whole minute to play with. He wants to get weird with this. He's pulled the 1v4 down to a 1v2. And Frozen is not done with this round yet. The play back into A late is going to leave him with a bomb plant in the 1v2.
He can win this sort of round. Some remarkable shots, a great understanding of their setup as well. It's an open plant. He's in towards CT spawn. No further utility for Frozen, but boatloads of talent. A good understanding of the scenario as well. Needs a bit of intel. Spots one. Doesn't know they're both here, but it's willing to take the duel. They line up for him. Had the potential there for a massive 1v4, but he gets the bomb planted, Yanko, gets a couple of kills, made the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was winnable in the end from a 1v4, and I was just about to say, you see, for FURIA, when they just play it sort of basic, don't overthink it, right? Let the round develop at least a little bit. The game becomes easier. And then Frozen proceed. You know, cello is alive this whole time, and his teammates are dying around him, and he's still just hanging out
I wonder
in the
because
side.
he was on the boosted box, he didn't want to make a sound cue and drop off and confirm.
Yeah, oh, dude, you 100% believe that, like, once Frozen's 2 kills deep, you don't want to be the guy that drops off the boost to give him the third, like, you know.
Well, at that point, sure, but if your teammates are coming out to help you, why don't you all just peek together? That's also an option.
Well, FURIA at least have the advantage going into round number 10 here. They're 6-3 down. A map has already slipped away, but for this particular round, it's just the Tech-9s. A couple of Deagles, some Galils here. Full B execution once again. MOUZ trying their luck on this side of the map once more. It's still the double AWP setup. xertioN joining cello this time. Fallen rotating in late.
Ooh. But FURIA this time are trying the strat where they actually hold the choke point. So maybe this will work out better for them on the B play. I think it should. They're actually watching, well, kind of. You know, now they're watching it from back at short. Backside player dies in case xertioN. cello trying to battle from range is spammed out by Frozen. And so this should be a MOUZ round. They give away 1 kill to Fallen. That's maybe actually enough to bring FURIA back in.
It might be. There's a compelling...
Even now that they're kind of doting on it, it doesn't feel worth it. Doesn't feel safe. Not with the double AWPs in the retake.
Yeah, they're peeling off. They're calling the round over. It is the B execution from MOUZ. It was a bit of a double fake there as well. We saw Shui suggesting that they'd faked B, ran him back in towards A. He drops like a one-man execution on that side of the map and at least keeps the players in towards A, but that wasn't really the key factor. FURIA didn't take the bait. They had players ready and waiting. Just got blown out the water by the Desert Eagle. That must have been an amazing shot. And then unable to confirm. Multiple kills, just Fallen getting 1. He'll fall back with the AWP, play the percentages, keep the money strong here. But still, another 4-spy victory with not very much to speak of. MOUZ Sports converts. And that was the opening kill there. So, okay, xertioN, yeah, sometimes it happens.
But it did just enough. The nades from A did just enough for cello to start going towards Cat. And he heard them running back to B, but he wasn't close enough to xertioN to establish a crossfire. He had an HE that he didn't end up having, you know, an opportunity to use. It's just been too many opportunities missed, it feels like, at this point in time for FURIA.
Especially like the way the first map went down. Now you're on the CT side, it's collapsing, and you're just hoping they win a few rounds just to give us a compelling half. It's not a great look. FURIA are shrinking here.
It's like everything they're trying is so cursed. Even now, they tried to fast boost Fallen for the pick, but they messed the jump up. And so then he did the jump late, but now he's on the angle late, and so xertioN gets given a fight that he's already holding. That made the kill way easier. If Fallen was fast boosted there, xertioN isn't already holding that, and so it's a way stronger fight for Fallen. It's kind of mad and probably comes from like a place of desperation that you so willingly threw himself into the apartments fight, but you know, he's got to believe he can do it with the AWP. Oh, that's so rough,
He hits
man.
the shot, right? Like, it's just unlucky. It happens, I suppose. Like, if you get taken down like that, of course, you're probably going to lose the round. They had 4 players ready and waiting. It all came down to that duel. You'd expect the AWP to pick it up, but unfortunately just hits through the wall instead. They're going to lose multiple players here. No. Shui's got a knife. Oh, hang on. He's going to...
Oh,
this is so sick. You have no idea. That's so well played. Not going for the knife. He wants to take everyone down with him. And bear in mind, they've been saving a lot. These double AWPs have been strong. But Shui is stronger. That is beautiful. Takes down all 3. Recovers a double AWP setup on the T side, guys. And yeah, FURIA left with absolutely nothing. Keep the AWPs going. Why not?
Put the fork in them.
They're done.
They are done. They are done.
Oh dear, oh dear.
And somehow Fallen tags him there. I guess he hits him through the edge of the wall instead of hitting his body.
Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe that little edge of the door.
It's so unfortunate. That's a different round completely. If he gets that opening kill, drops off, they probably don't commit, of course.
You've seen this by Henry?
Oh dear. What have we got?
This is the FURIA special.
The FURIA.
Oh yeah,
one-man army.
Done a lot with that M4.
It is. They're not the only team doing it, to be fair, but yes, it doesn't look particularly good in this round. The money is now broken for Arts. The hero M4 not living up to his name.
It's fine, he'll get an MP9 next round.
Yeah.
Cheeky and push underpass.
Why not? Get stuck in.
I think you mean cello will get an MP9 next round.
Exactly.
Art will actually be fine, probably.
But this is just, at this point, I was saying how on Nuke, it was a little bit unfortunate for them, but here on Mirage, they've had plenty of opportunities. They just either don't connect on some of the shots or just make some questionable decisions, and some of the errors are forced by good play from MOUZ.
Fallen. That's the M4 being juggled around.
On for the ace torzsi now is torzsi.
A nice shooting gallery presented.
Go on, get it, Yuri. Yuri's facing him. Oh, torzsi, go! Who's trying to steal it? Everyone's trying to steal it right now.
Let him have it. Oh, that was your chance.
torzsi, come on, baby, come on now.
Last chance now.
Right up into the window,
chance.
Here he is. Kill number 5
for him.
The ace for torzsi, right around the corner. He saw his feet. He's seen his feet again. Come on, man.
Reload.
Come on, torzsi. Gets the reload off. He's looked at his feet so many times. Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, there we go. torzsi's nailed it.
There's the ace. The highlight of this first half is FURIA slowly but surely stepping out of EPL playoffs, it seems. They're just not turning up to this playoff bracket, and they do have money to work with, but as mentioned, the Hero M4 is going to leave some concessions going forward. torzsi with all 5 kills in the round. Bear in mind they were Rico, but still an impressive sequence, and he does close things out with a lovely foot shot, Harry. Got to respect that.
Yeah.
He's laughing.
I mean, he's having a great time, right? Like, you just watched them juggle an M4 around in mid and you killed the guy who was carrying it every time. It's crazy. Rounds don't happen like that.
Well, there's certainly no double AWP setup to speak of now for FURIA. Rifles across the board, no helmets, no kits, 2 players without grenades. It's pretty grim out there. And Fallen, he might be tested to kick things off. He's actually by the A ramp, by the smoke right now, posturing for control. It's torzsi with the first shot. Doesn't quite connect, though. Got to reset the round, take the bomb elsewhere. Jimfat patrolling towards that underpass position. We've got xertioN top of middle. Bomb still towards the A side of the map. 3 players there as well. CT's working with very little at this point. They don't have much information. Utility's been drained away. They're going to have to hunt for a bit of territory, I would say.
Well, xertioN's just going to watch the pixel gap in mid. But FURIA have just up and left middle, right as MOUZ are moving back in. So because xertioN's been looking through that, he knows that no one's probing mid deep. He's going to be allowed to just smoke off the window, give Yimpat this route out through dark. And now they're in position to wrap the A site, which means for FURIA, you've got to hope that Art, Fallen and Yuri have got it up their sleeve to pull this one back. xertioN's already out through Con. He's been loud on the approach, so they know about this player. Frozen and Shui open up. Yuri dead back in jungle, and it's another dominant round here for MOUZ that FURIA are just locked out of, no contest.
Yeah, they're just going through the motions. And bear in mind that FURIA has had nothing. You could see the desperation towards the mid stages of that round. Sure, they've got rifles, but they've sacrificed all the utility. They don't have the fuse kits. As soon as that bomb planted, you're not even considering it. Even on a 4-on-4, it wasn't even that. So Liverpool went for some mid information. Mid pushed, got nothing for it. A execution comes in once again, and it's getting blown out of the water now. Like, there's nothing they can even do to respond. They don't have enough time, not enough rounds, and they'll have to save with just the 2 M4s once again. It's not looking good.
It's not looking good at all, Henry.
Yeah, this is
the writing is on the wall.
I think you might be right. In terms of loss bonus, at least, they get maximum. So that's going to be $3,400 per player. On top of the M4s, that's if they save both of them. The hunt is on, though, an important one. Even 1 kill would make things incredibly difficult once again. Still no signs of the AWP, as we will have MOUZ Sports up to double digits, 10-3. If you're just joining us, the first map of Nuke, the pick of FURIA, was completely destroyed by MOUZ Sports, 16-5, an absolute mauling. And FURIA not doing much better here on the CT side of Mirage either. A tactical timeout, not even sure what you'd say, Yanko. What would be the advice at this stage? I said, well, try and get the last 2 rounds, I suppose.
I think it's mostly, yeah, mostly like, listen, let's just try our best to win the last 2, right? Let's not give up, guys.
This is more like this. We're throw caution to the wind. Like the setups aren't working, right? Let's go for a push. Let's just start having some of that flair again. Let's be annoying. Let's just get stuck in. And at least they got some B apartments control, but it will be Cello to get dropped. I was actually liking the look of this push, but they have lost 1 player.
Well, also now, of course, when they do it, there's no one in B apps that they can catch off guard. No one in lower B. They're actually doing a fast mid-take down ramp, so they're already waiting for you by the time you want to come back to mid.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate. And I guess maybe well read by MOUZ Sports there, expecting a desperate play. And now confirming that A ramp is clear, at least for now. The bomb will be scooped up and spawn. CTs continue to probe. I think they got the P2000, right?
I feel like the worrying thing here is as Shui just
it makes me so nervous when he does this. But he's played it to perfection.
Is that... Yeah, that you see, like, it's they're completely unaware what's going on the map, sort of. And we've seen FURIA mess up so many different aspects of the CT side. You know, like sometimes it was a good opening or whatnot, but then with the advantage, not really understanding where the gaps are or how to handle the advantage round. When we had the 4v3, when we had xertioN and Yuri close ramp, right? Like that was in the first gun round. Actually, I feel like or in the reset round that they ended up losing. Then we've had a couple of buys, but they don't have a lot of utility, but they have the guns where they're just too static and don't understand that they need to either take a risk, to, you know, stack a site, and if they don't come, then you save the guns, or go for some push in the mid round, try to gather information.
Well, they went for the all-out aggression in this one. Obviously didn't work out for them. A few M4s, but slowly but surely cut down to size.
A couple of times not understanding against which type of a buy they're playing, and, and not realizing the aggression coming their way, or what's the most likely thing that MOUZ will throw at them.
Just caught up in the headlights a few of those rounds, unaware of the possibility of aggression, unaware of that boost, Harry. What a beautiful play. What a pick from torzsi.
Man, like, you finally think they're going to have something. Fallen's deep peeking mid, and now MOUZ bring out the top mid boost to get over the top of the scope.
That's wild.
FURIA is playing checkers and MOUZ is playing chess.
Yeah, I think that's fair. They are going to see the double orb, though. Bear in mind, it's an opening pick for MOUZ Sports, but they don't pounce on the opportunity to close out the round. There's still plenty of round 15 here. Yeah, that is right, round 15. Another blowout scoreline here for MOUZ Sports. And they've got to take something under their remit. There'll be a B apartments push from the CTs, an execution towards A. Elsewhere, this is a nightmare. They've got two players in towards B, and a nice shot, fortunate shot there from R. Blind will take down Frozen.
What's wild to me as well is, like, why isn't R the B anchor? You know, why is he the connector player? Who's the connector player on G2?
Yeah, I mean,
who's the connector player on Vitality?
Yeah, no.
Who's the one guy you wouldn't put in connector in this lineup? Or the last guy you would put there?
It is, you know, it is a very important position, one where you can't stomach taking too many an L. You need to have someone who's very pliable there. And yeah, I see what you're saying. Art has had his issues here. cello dead. It's just xertioN with that scavenged orb in a 1v3. And 12 rounds loom for MOUZ as they look to add on a second competitive scoreline, or dominant scoreline rather, in this series. They've got a chance to do that right now, and a chance to 2-0 FURIA. Let's find out if they can do it in just a moment.
Last chance now.
Remain supreme. Little bit of a B-Stream update for you. VP taking on 9Z over on that other stream, and it just ended with 9Z taking a 16-14 victory. Dominant CT sides, both teams. VP didn't really get started till they were down 10-14. They waste 30 kills from Jame, just lost like that. First map done in the books, 9Z with an upset win. Next up is Inferno. They got a chance to knock VP out.
Thank you very much, Jason. A day of surprises here. VP giving the first map to 9Z. We're in the second. FURIA in the first half, 12-3. Really, it's got to be the last chance here, Harry. There's got to be no way FURIA can bounce back from this one.
No, and I mean, there literally are no more chances, right? They've kind of used them all up. It's left hinging on this pistol round, and if they don't grab this final chance by the horns, it's gonna run them down.
No utility for MOUZ. Kevlar across the board on the CT side, I should say. And in terms of FURIA, they've got themselves a couple of smokes, 3 flashes, and presumably a P250, yes, for cello. He'll be working towards the Palace position right now, trying to find that opening kill. All the meanwhile, his teammates are ready to pounce on the B bomb side. So if he gets a pick and survive, that's like the dream outcome right now, coming out of the Palace. But we'll see if he can do anything with this. Apparently not.
Oh,
well,
no.
That's really rage-inducing.
Yeah.
He saw the guy back in spawn, tried to back up to take the shot, and ends up going right in to the crosshair of xertioN. The impact is left alone over towards B as xertioN was smoked off on the short side. So that has given way to a 4v4 with the bomb planted here. FURIA, there's something they could look to do in this pistol. Let's find out if they can realize their dreams here and now. Shui first in, out through the market door. Looking for this player at bench, but nothing being offered yet. There's that first kill. Ready for the bench re-swing, but Yuri still gets the better of him. Any more from Yuri?
No kits, remember.
On the angle. Yeah, is that lack of kit, so they've got to deal with Fallen promptly. They've got to deal with him now, and they will run him down. Yikes. Final kill found from Frozen, and MOUZ secure another pistol here, taking the lead at 13-3.
Never in doubt, really. FURIA did well to get the bomb down. There was a moment when they had the post plant set up that they might be able to cause a crossfire. That'd be difficult, especially without the kits there. But the bait and switch didn't work out for them. But a great retake once again from MOUZ, giving nothing away. A 10-second defuse, no problem with 2 players covering the van position. Fallen could do nothing. 13-3, boys, and it has to be the force by now. 3 Galils, an AK-47 and a Scout. It's not too bad. Looks pretty strong on paper right now.
This is fine. This is workable.
No grenades, basically, but we'll see what they can do.
MOUZ are looking for the swift KO. And if you're a MOUZ fan, you're watching on, you're feeling very, very good about this. About the form that they've come into the playoffs with.
5v4.
If you're a FURIA fan, savor every remaining moment, because there's not going to be many more.
Oh, they gave up the AK as well. That was the AK play. Yeah.
So yes, the AK is now lost in the apartment.
For nothing,
that is. That one was given the impact.
Oh, goodness gracious me!
It's an M4 here if they wanted to make the noise cue, but they don't. They need the element of surprise, so they've got to sneak up con. Walk past the upgrade. xertioN has just left jungle, right as ramp's been taken. We actually saw a similar round play out here in the first half, where MOUZ were the ones aggressing into this double ramp setup. And it was the presence of a second player that betrayed MOUZ there in that first half. Let's see if FURIA are ready for it. cello certainly looks to be. He spots that player in a ramp in case xerato deals with xertioN over on short. Now the bomb, now we're playing a weird game. As they've got that kill over towards short, they go back in the mid-round and try to hit up B. The impact can't survive the rotate as cello holds it down from the window. And so Frozen left out of position in the 1v3. Can't attempt this retake, surely.
Oh, you say that, Harry. He'll definitely have
I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
Come on, let's have a look. Let him have one peek.
Let him look.
A cheeky peek.
Yeah, a cheeky peek.
If you get a couple of kills in towards the apartments, you never know.
All right, I'm not entertaining this unless it gets to like 13-11.
Okay. So
then we can start having a conversation.
Okay, yeah.
So until that happens, we can just have fun, Harry.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
Got any fun for us available?
Nothing just like off the top of my dome. Nothing like off the rip.
Nothing available.
You can push through a smoke in a 5v4. That's having fun.
That is having fun. That's having good old fun, just like they used to have.
Back in the days.
Back in the day, where like plays like that were fully viable.
They don't look that dejected on FURIA's side, I'll say that much. Look, their heads are still in the game. No one's slouched down. We've got
Yeah, no one's like
around.
visibly crying or anything. Like, it seems maybe actually everything's going to be okay.
So, presumably the force buy in response here. MOUZ Sports looking to answer back after giving up round number 2 here. And we will see an M4 for Frozen, Scout for torzsi, Pistols otherwise. But still a difficult round to put to bed if you're FURIA. Got a couple of kills on their side of the server. Bomb and T-spawn for now as they confirm mid-control. No pushes from the CT side. And there's that scout in towards the B apartments.
You have to say the one thing I dislike from MOUZ is spending all their money. I think with such a big lead, you can leave sort of 500, 600, maybe a little bit more on the offer, so that when the buy comes in, if you don't win this force,
they can find the bomb.
It's a good buy.
They're going T-spawn.
They could find the bomb. That's surely a way that this gets a little weirder.
Oh no.
That does add a kind of X-factor element to this round, doesn't it?
Oh god.
And now Shui's going to flank. Oh, but hang on, he might get spotted. He might get spotted.
He won't. He's
no,
perfect.
he's just found the gap. Okay, so that bomb, Frozen, gonna try and play off of it, but they're ready for him.
Okay, at least they know that they know.
And now they know, the MOUZ know, the FURIA know.
Exactly.
So it's a knowing battle here, right?
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows what's up.
You're trying to hide it every morning, but everyone knows. Free chat can tell.
Here we go, Shui. Everyone can tell. It's all in the eyes here. Shui up close towards the connector. xertioN in with the backstab, and that Khalil finds the opener. Now that was one of the options available to Shui, but it will end up betraying him. Art gets that trade in with the backstab. Yimpat deals with Art up the connector. It's all left on a Yuri, lost, and they're closing in on him.
Oh dear.
It's a done deal. MOUZ clamp down on the A play.
Well, them finding the bomb wasn't really the problem towards the end. It's going to be MOUZ Sports with the force by victory. It's a little bit clumsy to allow it to happen, to give CTs that much control when you're not really doing anything elsewhere. The fact they can push a ramp and find the C4 in that manner and make things uncomfortable for you, that is obviously problematic.
That's been like the essence for me of like where a lot of these rounds have gone wrong. Is like I feel like MOUZ are getting given so much of the map, and that was like an issue in the first half. There was that round even where we had like pistols in for MOUZ on a low buy, and FURIA gave them all the space, right? Like, I don't know. You seem to get a lot of room against FURIA, which is concerning.
Down the first player goes. That's also concerning. We're playing for series points here. And this force buy will be continuing in a 5-on-4 manner. They spots another. That's xertioN who just throws himself in. It's an execution in towards B, but what's left? How do they break through? There's a crossfire ready and waiting. xertioN, Jimfat ready to take on the remaining FURIA players. They do pull one back, but that's the bomb confirmed. Everyone can join the party now as they desperately try and do something with it. I'm not going to get that excited because it's already done.
Dude,
it's going to be series point 15-4 for MOUZ.
Even that one feels weird. It's like, in my mind, if the intention was always to rush B, let's at least just all go together, kind of all at once type vibe. You know, like the two 1v1s that take place first. I think it was Art swinging early, like gave over that initial fight. Then you had xertioN try his hand at the trade. Then the remaining 3 came in. But I felt like all the first 2 players facing did was like give the warning to MOUZ of, hey, we're rushing B, by the way.
Has anyone turned up for FURIA on this map?
This is just a bit sad.
It can't be Fallen. Both maps are saying, oh, Fallen had a couple. He had a couple of good moments. Like, it can't.
Well,
be.
Fallen has had a couple of good moments
well, that's
here.
fair,
Henry.
Harry. Yeah, I guess we should explore that a little bit further just to see if this will go any longer. Though it's FURIA with a desperate attempt in towards the A bomb site. Surely it's all said and done as they lose the first kill.
Yeah, looking to put a bow on it. A MOUZ cleanly done for Frozen, kind of, as he burns inside of the site. It's only Yuri left standing, 1v3, and he is a dead man. FURIA's time in the Pro League playoffs is over, and for MOUZ, the battle is just beginning. They will now keep on fighting through, moving into the next round. For MOUZ, this was sick. This was a great day in the office. They show up a clean 2-0. There was never a moment where it was even resembling a competitive